Well, hello there, YouTube. Them crows are out there again, making crazy sounds. They make some of the... Listen to all that. Look at them trees, though. But anyway, it is a 30... Well, it's 43 now, but it's 36 this morning degree. Is it Wednesday already? Yeah, it's Wednesday, the 26th of October. Already made it to hump day. God, it's beautiful out here this morning. I think it's supposed to be mostly rainy all day, but it's not at the moment, and I'm not complaining. Look at that, how pretty that is. Do we really have to go to work? I feel that flu bug coming on. I shouldn't even joke about that this time of year, huh? Anyway, let's start off a wonderful Wednesday. It's 48 degrees here in Vancouver. It was mostly a pleasant drive.
Yeah, just that one section.
Yeah, definitely had some rain in one spot, but
yeah,
after that, it was all good.
It was an adventure.
Yeah.
Sun, fog, pouring rain, the sun.
There's that part we go by the Columbia River, and it looks like
really
some
cool
scene from Alaska or something. That was the owner's son. He's such a nut.
He is. He has a heart this big.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, man, he's such a sweet kid.
Well, Mama.
Yes.
Welcome to Hump Day.
Yes, we are almost there.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday.
You too.
Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice down there honking the horn.
Yeah. Let me in.
Let me see if I can explain something right quick. Belt drive, motorcycles, and spiders. Chain drives can do it too, but belt drive, because the belt's generally tight, make the most noise when you put them forward and reverse. So what's happening is they use a constant mesh transmission. So this is actually reverse, but we're going to pretend. I found this upstairs on one of the tech's benches there. So pretend this is your front sprocket on a Spyder. This is actually a main shaft, but for the purpose of this. So anyway, you counter shaft. So for this to have power in turn, the gears that are idle while it's in neutral are just floating. There's no power being transmitted to this shaft. So what happens is you have a shift fork, and it shifts. So this thing is sitting there idling, and everything's spinning. And suddenly you take that shift fork, and you shift this engagement dog, and now look, it's attached. Now this will turn that shaft and propel the vehicle down the road. Then when you shift another gear, it goes the other side, and you see the gears are different sizes for different gears. And you have opposing gears on the main shaft. Well, this engagement, the dogs on this, sometimes it's on the gears, sometimes it's like this. There's no synchros. There's nothing smooth about this. It's the constant mesh transmission. They've been this way since any of us have been alive. And they've worked perfectly fine. But with belt drives, especially tight belt drives, so the engine's over here just spinning along, and all of a sudden you execute a shift, and these gears that are just free spinning like crazy, and you got to remember there's a clutch over here too, so it's not immediately going to take off. But still, when suddenly this is all spinning and that moves over, whack, it hits it. Well, you notice there's free play in it. So when you, like a Spyder, you put it in first gear, it goes bang. The reason it's doing that is there's a sudden engagement of that shaft, which activates, it reacts onto the front pulley. You're not moving, you're sitting there with the brakes on. It goes bang in the transmission, then it hits that front sprocket. Well, that transmits that through that Kevlar belt. Kevlar belts don't give. If they stretch at all, they're broke. So to compensate for that, there's rubber cushions on that rear sprocket that go into the hub, because you don't want all that transferring right to the hub. You can eventually over time do some damage. So that ricochets down the belt, jolts that rear sprocket. And then that jolt gets ricocheted back down the belt, into the front pulley, into the transmission. It all happens in an instant. So we're going along. Everything's free spooling. And all of a sudden, wham! You put it in gear, and you get this shock. Well, as it comes back from the belt in the rear hub, it goes backwards real quick. Then it comes back and hits the transmission the other way. First one, bang. Second one, bang. It all happens in one quick moment. And what you hear is a kaboom. No synchros. They make noise when you put them in first. And they seem, for whatever reason, because it's a lower ratio, I'm assuming they're considerably louder when you go in reverse. It's just the normal actions of a constant mesh transmission. You want to hear a sound that you've been able to hear since 2014? That's the clutch side. There's the clutch there. It's your hydraulic control module. Computer-controlled hydraulics that actuates the clutch mechanism. No more centrifugal clutch like the old twins. You can literally hear them gears winding around on this side. Worrying about, they all sound the same. Nothing's changed. So, customer complaint is clanking going into forward and reverse, and it says there's a grinding sound when he shifts. So one of the things, has he ever ridden a Spyder before? Does he know not the blip, which I'm guilty of doing? You guys have heard it when I've test rode these things. You know, the modern day age is what they call it, I don't know. Anyway, blipping the throttle to make the shift smoother. You learn that from shifting without a clutch, like when you're racing and whatever. Just the sound they make. One thing these things don't have is literally any motor issues. The only motor issue that's ever come up was, you know, the late model 21s when they got rid of the camshaft sensor. There was a programming error that may allow them to carbon up to a point that they may be hard shifting, or hard starting. In fact, the bulletin's called hard starting issue, I think is what they call it. She's lovely. I love since 2020 when they do that auto downshift. It almost sounds like an air shifter. It goes, love that sound. The other thing I really liked was 2020 through early 21s. They had the sprocket that would capture air and it'd have that whistle sound around 45, 55, somewhere in there. Seems like I got mine to do it pretty good, that chalk white demo. Do it pretty good, or it seems like it'd start around 42 or whatever. Man, I just hold that thing there and it's like a ASMR kind of a sound that just puts me in a trance. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Sounds like those old, remember the police cars had those big old long steel antennas? I lived a couple blocks off well, I showed you that house there in Texarkana, and the sheriffs and stuff would go whipping down the highway, especially when they're after something. You know, you hear that sound of the stock exhaust, like sound, and then that whistle of that antenna. was just too good. What's interesting, as I've discussed this before, that sound was always there. Always there. It's just the new RTs, you're in such a quiet bubble that now you hear it. Dude, this thing just could not be any more smooth. That's me purposely downshifting. But when you manually downshift, it really goes pooch. That sounds cool. Good Lord, some of that blew away overnight, didn't it? They must have got that crazy storm we had going home. Man, that was something else last night. I ain't seen my boy in a while. Where you at? Floating around here somewhere. That courtyard back there, that just makes you almost gasp. It's so beautiful back there. And I'm sure just then, like yesterday, you can't see down it very good. Look at that lovely yellow tree there. Yeah, she sounds like an F3. Sounds really, really good. This thing's quite nice. Really nice. But, you know, I'm used to riding these F3s. I know they make more noise, and to me, I kind of like that noise. I'd still pick an RT over an F3 any day, but yeah, the F3 is definitely more my speed of stuff. But when it comes to an F3, I like the bare bones F3S. I want it to blast me in their, I don't know, they just spunkier. They have that exhaust that has a better note to it as well. What's really cool is to put those Akrapovich mufflers that BRP sells. That thing takes 600 to 800 miles, but that thing, it maps into that exhaust, and oh, does it run good. Ooh, they run good. Some people don't like, because now the new muffler is looks like it's something that would fit a Ferrari or something. They're really exotic looking. Some people don't like that. They want a regular looking muffler. But then if it looked like a regular muffler, somebody'd complain about that too. Everything is subjective, as you guys well know. Look at this guy, he don't even have his radio on. Dude after my own heart. Ride a motorcycle to ride a motorcycle, not to listen to a stereo. I don't even turn it on in the car. I gotta be in the mood. When Kelly drives by herself, the War Wagon Acura, she always has that radio on when I jump in next. I love the music when I drive. I'll ask her, say, sure you don't want me to turn it on? Just no. She's so sweet. She knows I prefer not. She'll mention a song or something, you know, find it on Sirius XM, or maybe I have it, download it from Apple or whatever. Heck, you don't even have to download them anymore, you just play it. I got that Apple Music thing I pay for. Not only is this thing not making any weird noises, it's like exceptionally smooth. But I don't even have 100 miles on it yet. It should be exceptionally smooth. Nothing's even broke in yet. Not that anything happens anyway. You're just seating the rings nowadays. Which I'm not going to go over that whole story again. So we'll go to the top side and see if we can get away without running through all the needles and stuff. A little bit over here, but nowhere near as much. There we are. No harm, no foul. I actually have a ton of stuff to do today. This was not even on my schedule. Pretty much as soon as I seen the description of complaints, I pretty much knew I was just gonna go for a test ride. I jacked it up and heat cycled it downstairs, went through all the gears, and there's no codes or nothing like that on it. I triggered a bunch of codes by running it in the air. I don't like that. That old Spyder says something's wrong. That rear wheel's moving and the fronts aren't. And it actually throws front ABS sensor failures as well. Because you got to kind of, because it throws a VSS code right away. And then you keep pushing it and you can get it past like a RPM barrier. And as soon as you break past that barrier, so you can, because it'll only shift to third. Well, I want to get all the way up to 6, you know. Well, yeah, let it go, and as soon as it throws the front ABS sensors that allow you to rev, because it pretty much assumes the bike's not moving at that point. It'll just let me rev it and do whatever. Now I'm up and down, shifting it, and it's flawless. These things are they're tough. One thing you absolutely positively do not need to worry about on these is anything with the engine or transmission. That's well proven. If you're hearing all these noises, I don't know, you bought the wrong motorcycle. Maybe Honda will come out with a 3-wheeler one these days. Alright. That is one Smoak BMW clutch. Man, it smoked the outer pressure plate and the pressure plate on the inner hub. Yeah. It's like the last one from a few years ago that I did. She pretty much needed everything. That oil come out soot black and it smelled like burnt clutch. There's no mistaking the smell, that's for sure. Well, hello there, YouTube. Look at this. We're outside. We thought, let's get, well, there's some twilight out there.
Yeah, there's a tiny
and it's not raining, so now we get out here. It's starting to rain. Yeah. But anyway, that was a busy day today. Man, last couple of weeks has been crazy. It's nuts. Going into wintertime should be slowing down. But those times, yeah, those times are coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's just going to go boom, quiet.
Yeah, no, the little, what is it, the
crickets?
Yeah, the crickets. That's all there'll be.
Yeah, it gets that way sometimes. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I think on that, we're going to roll out before we get wet or something.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have a wonderful Thursday or Friday.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.